Welcome to the Game Day Gauntlet, where action hits you in the mouth and the excitement never ceases to amaze. 5 games in 3 hours from action around your league, with plays like this.
They made 3 people miss. 75 yards, Miami.
Today we begin in Wichita with the Aztecs and the Flyers. Buckle up, grab your popcorn. The UFL and the Virtual Football Network proudly present the Game Day Gauntlet. Oh yeah, baby. We're back. Welcome back to the UFL on the Virtual Football Network. I am UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine, and today we've got 5 games in 3 hours. I am certifiably insane at this point as we get ready for another great season. Welcome in to the new look, and welcome to all of you in the chat. We'll be monitoring Los Angeles and Wichita's kickoff and get you out to that game as it transpires. But first, we've got to talk a little headlines. Let's start with New York and Vegas. Antonio Flash, great week 1 preview on the website, said Cincinnati can't hurt New York anymore. Oh, but wait a minute. Mac Chima is now the starting quarterback in Vegas. So maybe Cincinnati can hurt New York anymore. That kickoff is coming up at 2:40 p.m. Eastern. Vegas, New York, our third game of 5 here on the network. How about Chicago and Austin? The starting quarterback in Chicago is now Adam Wiseman. He was in Milwaukee with Mike Churchill and Cruz. So Austin and Chicago, a little bit of a Milwaukee renewal there between quarterback and receiver, who found 2 different teams in free agency. How about Minnesota? Big players in the offseason. New Orleans has a new quarterback, Emmanuel Blackman. Minnesota's got a new tight end in Michael Joseph coming over from Florida, who should be a big weapon in the Chippers offense. They also got Rob Noel and Frank Castle, Joseph Alexis, all those good players as well. Blackman comes over from Portland. He's not the only new face on a new team in terms of quarterbacks. Ronnie Shanahan comes over from Houston to Los Angeles. You've got Joe Francis coming from Florida to New York. Of course, we already mentioned Adam Wiseman coming from Milwaukee to Chicago, and Shai Ronnie coming over from Cleveland to Austin. We've got under a minute to go before Los Angeles and Wichita gets underway. So we'll get you out to those games in just a moment as the UFL Game Day Gauntlet is about to begin. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Robert Henson, Ray Colston, Jesse Fritz, Anthony Grangio in the chat. Eric Vincent is here. Twiggy's here. We're all ready to go. Los Angeles and Wichita starts us off. Kickoff between Minnesota and New Orleans is coming up about 20 minutes from now as the Wichita Flyers take the field. Charles Doherty is here, always with that chip on his shoulder, I should say. There is Zach Odom running out of the tunnel. For the Wichita Flyers, and there's Ronnie Shanahan looking on with his new teammates. Hope you got your bingo cards ready. Horizontal wins here on the Game Day Gauntlet, and we are underway in Wichita. We are underway in the season 20, or the 2026 UFL season as well. Taking that kneel down in the end zone, that's Fergus Scorch Henderson. He's also come over from Milwaukee to Los Angeles. And they'll get started with a play action. Ronnie Shanahan drops to throw. That is caught. And that is Victor Washington. Los Angeles running a sort of a dual back set. It's very unusual here in the UFL, but Al Ingram III has been dealing with some lingering health matters on the field. Victor Washington getting an expanded role here today, the new rookie running back for Los Angeles. He's off to a good start. More of a pass-catching back out of the backfield.
Let's go now. 70, Indy.
We're just getting started here on the Game Day Gauntlet. One game has kicked off, while the others are about to begin. That's Al Ingram III on that carry. Los Angeles' defense, very unique. They have the best safety core in the league. They've got Rain Rie, Naisha Ingram, and Mike Denali as well at the safety position. They'll all rotate through in different packages and formations throughout the day. Wichita got 3 corners in free agency to try to help give their defense a little bit more speed. That pass is caught on the outside. That's Javon Muhammad coming over from Fresno, making the catch, picking up 14 yards, and LA's got a first down. Shanahan going to drop the throw. That pass is nearly taken away. Harper Dew steps in front of it, the returning linebacker from Wichita, and there's their starting defense. Zachary Odom up front, Casey Reed as well, Harper Dew. They're all back as Wichita didn't lose much in the offseason. Joshua Durr is back. There he is at strong safety leading the secondary. What will be our first bingo numbers of the day? What will be our first drama, our first score? Handoff for Los Angeles. That is Al Ingram on another carry, picking up 3, but that's going to bring up a 3rd and 7. Joshua Durr on the tackle. And a penalty marker on 3rd and 7. And wow, a false start on LA. Not good news there. That'll back the Aztecs up, bring up 3rd down and 12. Los Angeles, a playoff team last season, but fell short of their ultimate goals of a title. Shanahan on 3rd and long, had time down the sideline. That is caught to the 21-yard line, and that's the first catch in an Aztec uniform for Fergus Henderson. Henderson defended by Durr there on the sideline, but Ronnie Shanahan put it perfectly. Last season, Ronnie Shanahan, 4,072 passing yards. Ronnie dumps that one off. That's a first down. Javon Muhammad's second catch of the drive. Shanahan is 4 of 5 for 66 yards on the opening drive for Los Angeles, as Wichita tries to avoid giving up an opening drive touchdown. Shanahan out of the gun, going to drop the throw. That is to the sideline, to the 5. Al Ingram with a catch out of the backfield. Shanahan has hit Muhammad, Ingram, Washington, and Ingram on this opening drive. Little full house backfield here, 2nd and goal at the 6. They'll hand it off. That is Victor Washington. Touchdown, Los Angeles. And 6 comes off the board. On the opening drive, the rookie running back for LA scores from 6 yards out. And LA has the first points of the 2026 UFL season. Minnesota and New Orleans kick off at about 15 minutes. 9-play, 80-yard drive, 3 minutes and 26 seconds off the clock for Los Angeles. And yes, the bingo begins. 6 and 7 are your called numbers. When we have 2 and 3 games on the screen, we will show those bingo numbers. But for now, just keep up. It shouldn't be too hard, right? Just a couple numbers. 6, 7. By the way, rookie receiver in Salt Lake, Mia Pangori, her number is 67. So, expect a lot of fun with that throughout the season, boys and girls. Oh, Peter, you definitely do not have bingo. How we looking, how we sounding out there? Let us know as Chris Delro takes his first kick return of the season up to the 24-yard line. BK Solberg is the returning quarterback in Wichita. He's got weapons. RJ Gilmore on the outside. Chris Delro, of course, in the backfield. As Solberg delivers on his first throw of the season, a pickup of 23 yards. That is Dwayne Knight coming over from Portland. A big-time pickup for Wichita. I hope they get a lot out of him this year. Looks and sounds great. That is wonderful. All the way from across the pond. Clippy's back. We do remember you, Clippy. 20 years ago, but we remember you. That pass is incomplete off the hands of Timothy Shea, the other star standout for Wichita on this offense. You get a look at the Flyers up front. Gilmer, Shea, new tight end Jamichael Morris, signed in the offseason. Second down and 10 off the incompletion for the Flyers. And the handoff to Delro. Not much, maybe a yard. It's going to set up a third down and long. So here's this unique defense that the Aztecs are running. Cameron Curse up front. Algrenon Moore comes over from Motor City. He was the big signing for Los Angeles. But there you see Naisha Ingram, Mike Denali, and then Rain Rie playing a lot of slot corner today with the safety up in the box and then playing deep in quarters. See what kind of impact LA safeties can have on this game today. 3rd down and 8. Solberg on a little hitch route. That pass is caught. It's going to be 4th and 1, and we'll see what Wichita does with their first 4th and short of the season. Raul Goodell, really the only time you'll see a free safety on the field today for Los Angeles, making that tackle. Of course, this is Michaela Foraker's old team. Her new team, New York, will be kicking off in about half an hour from now as this punt is fair caught at the 17-yard line. And I failed to mention, as you saw, the swirling wind there on that punt. There is crazy wind in Wichita today. They actually have a red flag warning for wildfires, but a cold front coming in from the north. Wind gusts of up to 43 miles an hour today and sustained winds of 23 yards, making that first drive for Ronnie Shanahan all that much more impressive. Oh, that's an impressive catch. 25 yards. That is Lars Bazar, the tight end, going up and getting it. No Iggy Turner this season. Look at Bazar. Wow, he almost did the splits midair and still hung on to the football. That's a way to start a season for Lars Bazar. Poor guy. I hope he's all right. He took a few shots on that catch. First down to the 42-yard line. Joshua Durr on the tackle. Deep drop back from Shanahan. He fires over the middle. That is complete. 7 of 8 for 104 yards, and that one is caught by the second tight end, Claude Sevengros. So Ronnie Shanahan has hit 6 different receivers in just 5 minutes of action. As Los Angeles moves on from Marco Swift. Minnesota, New Orleans kicking off in about 8 minutes. And you won't miss a minute of the action here on the Game Day Gauntlet, and things are going to get crazy after a while as Victor Washington gets his second carry, picking up a yard. Injuries are still turned off this season, Adam. Second down and 9 for LA. Hand off to Al Ingram. Picking up a couple more. 3rd and 7 as Wichita looks for their first stop of the day. 4:53 left to go here in the first quarter.
Come on, set. 70, Indy.
Shanahan in the shotgun. Shanahan facing a blitz right up the gut and stood tall and delivered. Lars Bazar with his second catch of the drive, and LA converts again. Ooh, Michaela Foraker flying. Where are you flying to, Michaela? $5 super chat from Antonio Flash. Thanks for the shout out at the beginning. Yes, I do know. I sent my mom the write-up, and she loves it. Ha! We loved it too. And if you want to contribute to UFL.football or maybe any other kind of UFL content here on the Virtual Football Network, you can get Engagerly points for it. Anthony got 500 for them. As Al Ingram gets another carry, just 6 yards on his first 4 carries. And Brandon Bell making the tackle for Wichita. Austin to Kansas City for Michaela. Second down and 12, 3:30 to go in the first quarter. LA 7, Wichita nothing. Second drive for Los Angeles. Victor Washington right up the middle has a first down, picking up 14. Nobody touched him as LA continues to plow down the field on their second drive. Coming up tonight on the UFL Coast to Coast, we start with Miami heading to Dallas. We've got Eric Vincent and Josh Zirkle, your championship crew from last season, on the call for that. Then Michael Torillo and John Warren on the call for Salt Lake City and Phoenix, a rematch of last year's wild card playoff game. Quick throw outside. That's Henderson, who's got some speed, picking up a yard. By the way, every single starting receiver in the UFL received a plus 20 run block boost automatically as we try to get that RPO game going a little bit stronger this season in the UFL, as Ronnie Shanahan dumps it off, gets to the 15-yard line, and that is caught by McKay Breeze. First catch for McKay Breeze. So another different receiver for Los Angeles with a grab $5 super chat from Eric Vincent. Here's to another great season. Great job as always, Cam. Thank you, Eric. Go Rochester. Rochester kicks off about 45 minutes from now as that pass was nearly intercepted. A rare misfire from Ronnie Shanahan. Defended by Russ Harper, one of those 3 corners signed in the offseason in free agency for the Flyers. Nearly had his hands on it. Just wide receiver clutch, because we're talking specifically about the outside blocking when they throw those RPOs out there. Unnecessary for a tight end. This is a 32-yard field goal for Los Angeles, and that 32-yard field goal is up and good. That means 10 and 32 are also off your bingo cards. 6, 7, 10, and 32 are off your cards here so far today on the Game Day Gauntlet. And by the way, now that we have 5 games on the Game Day Gauntlet, your chances of winning a bingo have dramatically increased. I wouldn't say dramatically, maybe by 20% or so. We're awaiting the kickoff in New Orleans, about 4 minutes away from kickoff in New Orleans. Between the Claws and the Chippers, that is a very compelling matchup. 2 teams that did not have their best years on the field. How will they look today? Again, you will not miss a moment of the action here on the Game Day Gauntlet today. There's always action on the screen. Delro's going to have to take a knee. Liberators all over it. All right, Wichita, what do you got on your second possession? Yeah, the wind is swirling here. Look at the total yards, 147 to 32. Just 2 rushing yards so far for Wichita, and Chris Delro takes the carry with that unique carrying style. Delro's so fast, he does not care, picking up 5 yards. We'll have all the bingo numbers on the screen once we get into the double and triple boxes. 2nd down and 5. You'll also get a new appearance from me as R.J. Gilmer has the catch out to the 46-yard line. Solberg starts 3 of 4. You can play bingo today. You can play bingo on every UFL broadcast. Six, 7, 10, and 32 are your numbers so far today. 1st down after the Gilmer catch. Coleman's 2nd tackle for Los Angeles. Almost the end of the 1st quarter, just in time for New Orleans and Minnesota to kick it off. Solberg's pass is just a little high. Looking for Jamichael Morris, the new tight end. Hand off to Delro. And he is cut down just shy of midfield. 10 yards on 3 carries for Delro. Wichita and Los Angeles have successfully completed their 1st quarter. As the countdown is on now for Minnesota and New Orleans. End of the 1st, Los Angeles 10 and Wichita nothing as the Flyers continue their 2nd drive here on the Gameday Gauntlet as the UFL 2026 season is underway. 3rd down and 7. Solberg's pass is caught to the 31-yard line. That's Timothy Shea. 1st down for Wichita. Wichita's receivers had the case of the dropsies last season. They hope to have corrected that in the offseason as Timothy Shea's got his 2nd catch. Flyers doing pretty good here on their 2nd drive. They've gotten into scoring position.
Ready. 60 or. Quit talking about it and bring it. 5.
Solberg dropping a throw. He will check it down to the 24-yard line. Believe that was Dwayne Knight. Nope, that's Atkins actually on the catch. I think Atkins and Knight ended up doubling up at 86. Solberg dropping a throw. He will take a check down. That is in and out of the hands. Marquez Williams making the play. Uh-oh. That sound means we're underway in New Orleans. New Orleans and Minnesota about to hit the field. Welcome to the double box here on the Gameday Gauntlet. There's your winning bingo numbers right now. I'm Cameron Irvine with you following all the action on a 4th down and 1. This is going to be a 38-yard field goal for Wichita. That's good. 3 and 38 off the board. New Orleans and Minnesota, lower left-hand corner of the screen. They are now kicked off. In the 2026 UFL season, LA and Wichita moves to the right. And Doug Falk is ready to go for the Minnesota Chippers offense. They will start with a handoff to Rob Noel, and look at Noel on the first play of the game, picking up 14 yards, rather. $5 super chat from Damond Simeon. I cannot wait to see DR and DJ Simeon in their new uniforms with their new team, the Phoenix Skyhawks, coming up tonight. I can't either. It's always a beautiful place to play, the Phoenix Skyhawks Stadium. Doug Falk can hand it off again to Noel. He's bottled up. Minnesota, another one of those teams that has a couple of backs in the backfield. Dalton Brown, the star running back, more of a pass-catching back, as Los Angeles has a first down to the 45-yard line. That is Fergus Henderson. Following the field goal from the Flyers. Second down for Minnesota. As Doug Falk goes play action, deep shot, caught. That is Michael Joseph, the new tight end for Minnesota, coming over from Florida, picking up 35 on the opening drive. What a start for Minnesota on the road. Al Ingram with that last carry for Los Angeles will set up a second down and 4, but how about Michael Joseph running a little corner, well, big corner route on the outside.
Come on, set 60 Pittsburgh. Pick it up, defense, let's go.
So quickly, Minnesota in a New Orleans scoring position at the 24-yard line. They'll go handoff to Rob Noel. He's going to pick up 6 more, 20 yards on his first 3 carries of the season. He comes from Denver this offseason. Shanahan will fire. That is complete, and Los Angeles is nearing the red zone. Down about the 21-yard line, Doug Falk and Minnesota are in the red zone. A jump ball caught at the 4. That's Michael Joseph again, and for Los Angeles, it was McKay Breeze with his second catch. First down, goal to go at the 4. This is Doug Falk, wide open touchdown, a 4-yard score for Minnesota on their opening drive, and it's Michael Joseph. So 4 is off the bingo cards. Joseph just standing in the end zone, wide open. I don't know how no one covered him. For New Orleans, easy as you please. For the Minnesota Chippers, who struggled to score, struggled to protect the quarterback last season, but they get an opening drive touchdown in the first 3 minutes of the contest. And the extra point is blocked, and the big fella is returning it for New Orleans. Is he going to have enough for 2 points on the board? New Orleans has a 2-point conversion. Shane Shembo with the big man scoop and score. On a blocked extra point. Wow, 6-2. Minnesota takes the lead. And there's Emmanuel Blackman in the red sleeve getting set for his first action in a New Orleans Claw uniform. So that is 2 off the board. That does not count as an over 50 play because in the box score, the yards don't count. But the 2 on the scoreboard does count. 6-2, Minnesota on top of New Orleans. Los Angeles got a field goal. And see, it's great. See, we have the delay on our other screen to make sure that we catch everything. That one from 32 yards away, so that doesn't help anybody, but the 13 does. So 13 is off the board. It's 13-3 Los Angeles over Wichita. The Flyers, or excuse me, the Aztecs have scored on all 3 possessions so far. Randy Tremaine on the tackle. Minnesota's linebackers were so good last season. They improved that defense a lot still, even in free agency. Second down and 10. Blackman going to try to hand off again. Ray Chapatulis is near a first down. 3rd and inches coming up. And that swirling wind, that ball nearly took the ball out of bounds in Kansas. BK Solberg back out there for his third possession at their 25-yard line. Third and short. Can New Orleans pick it up? You got it. And more. Chapatulis past midfield to the Minnesota 49-yard line. 26 yards on her first 3 carries as New Orleans is off to a strong start. Solberg actually had an open receiver out there on a little screen pass, but was dropped by the intended target. You got to watch out for Minnesota secondary this season. They picked up Darius Alian from Washington as New Orleans, crushing hit at the 44-yard line. Alian honestly may have been the best defensive player in the league last year, and he's still unclaimed if anybody wants a free safety out there. BK Solberg on a 3rd down and 10, trying to keep the drive alive. That pass is caught at the Los Angeles 48-yard line. Solberg's now 6 of 10 for a $101. That is Timothy Shea with another catch. 101 passing yards already for the aptly named Flyers. Manuel Blackman, the lefty, drops to throw. That pass is caught. First down, New Orleans to the 36-yard line. 2 for 2 for 13 yards for Manuel Blackman. New York and Vegas kicking off in about 11 minutes from now. Hope you're enjoying our updated presentation here on the Virtual Football Network as Chapatulis goes way outside. Blackman dropping a throw, fires, caught, down to about the 30-yard line. That's Michael Ausberry. New Orleans, as that pass from Solberg incomplete, now 3rd down and 10. New Orleans, a very balanced wide receiving core. Devin Sparks was the big ad from from Denver in the offseason by way of Houston. Chapatulis is going to put you ahead for a first down. All right, let's check in on 3rd down and 10 for Wichita. That pass is caught down to the 31-yard line of Los Angeles. So both New Orleans and Wichita are in scoring position, and that is Jamichael Morris's first catch for the Flyers. Blackman will fire to the far sideline on 3rd and inches, picking up another first down. 1st and 10, 4 for 4 for 22 yards. For Blackman, Dylan Garday over from Denver, also picked up this offseason. Handoff, not Delro, but Pollard getting his first carry. Jenkins on the tackle for Los Angeles as the drive continues for Wichita. Both teams just 3 drives each in that first half. Blackman dropping a throw. That pass is complete down to the 9. 1st and goal for New Orleans. The home crowd likes that. Ausberry's second catch for 21 yards. "13 passes, 7 runs, 21st play of the first half for Wichita, down 13-3. Defense still hasn't gotten a full stop yet today, and on 3rd down and 5, Solberg is 2 yards shy of the sticks. That's Morris again on the catch. Naisha Ingram with her second tackle. We'll see what Wichita does on 4th and 2. The handoff for New Orleans goes to Eckford Cooper. They'll also run with Christian Scott as Ray is the bell cow. They often run her into the turf. 2nd and goal at the 6. Handoff. New Orleans down to the 1-yard line, and Wichita went for it on 4th down and 2, and they get stopped. Chris Delro on the carry on 4th down and 2, and you can see it in the upper right-hand corner as Delro was looking for a space and he didn't find any of it. 3rd and goal on the 1, and the motion goes too late from Blackman. A discombobulated claws squad trying to figure that out, and that's going to back him up to the 6.
Still 3rd down.
So after the turnover on downs for Wichita, the 4th and 2 failure, LA, 3 for 3 so far today, takes over on their next drive. Ronnie Shanahan, incomplete pass there. 3rd down and goal, New Orleans. That's caught but well short of the sticks. Blackman a perfect 6 for 6 on his opening drive, but it looks like it's going to fall short of expectations. They will kick a field goal. New Orleans' kicker is Bryce Brenton. This is from 22 yards away, and it would make it 6-5. The kick is good. 22-5 off the board. And if you've got a card full of small numbers, you're in luck today. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all off the board. And a deep shot for Henderson down the sideline for Los Angeles, all the way to the Wichita 13-yard line. Whoa, 267 yards of offense for Los Angeles in the first half. Henderson made 2 people miss. What a pickup for Los Angeles in the offseason. This LA team is in many ways completely reworked. Just a couple of returners from last season. We didn't know how they were going to look. They are looking really good so far today. And we join that game now in the red zone at the 13-yard line of the Flyers. 3 catches for 104 yards for Henderson. The handoff, Al Ingram the third, down to the 8-yard line. 6-5. Minnesota on top of New Orleans. Handoff, Dalton Brown on a draw. His first carry. 2-minute warning in Kansas. Michaela needs a 49 and a 42. Peter needs a 39 and a 15. We shall see. 2 minutes to go. As Shanahan's pass is thrown away. So now it's going to be 3rd and 4 at the 8 for Los Angeles. Rob Noel with another strong carry for Minnesota up to the 40-yard line. 3rd and 4. Can Wichita get a stop? Shanahan, clean pocket, back of the end zone. Knocked away. Great play. Henderson was the intended receiver, and that again was Russ Harper. Major acquisition for Wichita in the offseason. He's already got 2 breakups. In some killer 17. What game is this? You make it look so good. This is a completely recoded Madden 20, and we have probably done more to it than anyone ever has. That's a 25-yard field goal attempt for Los Angeles, and that means that 25 and 16 are off the board. Not only have we reskinned everything, Killa, but we've also done a number of things on the code to make the game play as good as it possibly can play. Evan Woods already got a bingo. Post that card. Well, post it after, because you might get multiple bingos, which means you would win multiple prizes today. So good on you, Evan. 45 seconds to go in the first. The handoff goes to Dalton Brown. He's got a lot of space to the 29-yard line. I got to see that number 68 card. Just because I'm interested. Yeah, a bingo already. That might be the earliest ever. We haven't even kicked off our 3rd game yet. More swirling wind in Wichita, and the Flyers find themselves in a 16-3 hole. Los Angeles has scored on all 4 of their possessions. Coming up on the end of the first quarter in New Orleans, about 3 minutes from kickoff between New York and Vegas. One of the headliners of today's Gauntlet. 2 new quarterbacks, Mac Chima in Vegas and Joe Francis in New York, doing battle in the Sin City.
Jet to the ball! Jet to the ball!
58, right over there. Yeah. Mike, 58, right now.
BK Solberg dropping a throw for Wichita. That pass is knocked away. But we go to New Orleans in the red zone. Minnesota down to the 11-yard line. Tyler Falk with his second catch of the day. Can Doug Falk get another touchdown for Minnesota? They had their extra point blocked and returned for 2. That's why you see the odds score in the Minnesota and New Orleans game. Good blocking on the outside. See, I told you, plus 20 run block on the outside for wide receivers. That's Isaiah Moody, another pickup from Washington in the offseason for Minnesota. That gets him second and inches just outside the 1, and they're going empty with Doug Falk here. Deep shot, Wichita in LA territory. That pass is caught. Wide open touchdown. Dalton Brown with the 1-yard score. So 1 is now off the board for Minnesota. And again, how were these receivers so open? Just nobody. I guess that's a linebacker on a running back. You got to get in tighter on Dalton Brown right there. Brown's got the touchdown. Michael Joseph with the touchdown for Minnesota. And we're under a minute to go in the first half in Wichita, and the Flyers are starting to get into scoring position here. The extra point is good for Minnesota, so only the number 1 comes off the board. Let's check back in Wichita here as it's 13-5 Minnesota, 16-3 Los Angeles. Well, now there's a booth review. It should be a completed catch. Charles, I don't understand your question. Yeah, and I agree, Anthony. Minnesota, I mean, they've come out hot today. 2 passing touchdowns for Doug Falk. I don't think he's been sacked. 35 seconds to go for BK Solberg, looking for someone, just got it off, caught at the 1-yard line. Timeout Wichita. What a throw from Solberg under duress. Oh, 11. No, you have to wait for 11. 28 seconds left. Wichita calls timeout. They can run anything here. Chapatulas 35 yards on her first 5 carries. The countdown is on in Vegas. 148 total yards for Minnesota, 77 for New Orleans. Oh, a crushing hit as Delro, they tried to run it in to Delro. Now they're down to 1 timeout, 2nd and goal at the 2. Remember, it's a 10-second runoff in the UFL, so Wichita could conceivably run it here. They would still have time for a 3rd and goal play.
On the set. 9:55. Hey, eat. In your face. 5.
And they do run it on 3rd and goal, and again they can't get in. So now Wichita, they gotta book it here. 3rd down and goal at the 2, down to 14 seconds in the first half, holding on to that last timeout. Solberg going to go empty, down to 8, down to 7. BK Solberg gets it off with 6. Solberg fires from 2 yards out. That pass is caught. Touchdown! Touchdown Wichita for the first time this season, and it's the big man. Eligible receiver Nigel Hopkins with the catch. And with that, we go to Vegas, where the Vegas Devils and the New York Lightning are about to kick off. What a play from Wichita. We got to go back to it. Nigel Hopkins, 6'6", 296 at left tackle, playing as the 3rd tight end for Wichita, and he catches a touchdown pass in the first half. Two and 10 were already off the board on that score. LA, Wichita, Minnesota, New Orleans, and Vegas, New York. Now on the game day gauntlet. 4th down coming up for New Orleans as Chapatulas caught a check down. Actually, it was a screen pass that didn't work. Randy Tremaine Yeah, 3 people just totally whiffed on Tchoupitoulas. We are kicked off and underway in Vegas. It is Joe Francis getting the ball first for New York. Coming over by way of Florida. His first pass is complete to the 25-yard line. That pass hauled in by, I think, Bareen Maxwell, the second tight end for New York. New Orleans punts Minnesota down to the 4-yard line. Good punt right out of bounds.
The 60 outlaw.
54 Mike.
All day, dog. Ready.
Handoff. Robert Henson Jr. First down to the 33. New York has a unique type of split back set where the fullback gets plenty of touches throughout the day. Francis is going to go empty, though, now on 1st and 10. Minnesota pinned deep in their own territory. It's a good run from Noel. That pass at the 40 is caught. Francis starts 2 for 2. That is Eden Hart with her first catch. 1 reception for 7 yards. We're starting the second half in Wichita. Who would have thought that the tackle eligible would have B.K. Solberg's first touchdown of the season? Doug Falk going to take off and run. Did they give him enough for the first? Yes, they did. 3rd down and 5 coming up for New York. Tyrone Johnson at defensive end. Landry Williams at corner. Some impact players to watch today for Vegas. That was Damon Carful on the tackle. First down, play action for Doug Falk. That's incomplete. 2nd down. Starting the 3rd quarter in Wichita. This is Joe Francis now on a 3rd down and 5. Francis drops to throw, deep shot down the field. Caught on the sideline of the Vegas 38-yard line. Francis is 3 for 3, and that's Eden Hart. He's completed 3 passes, all to tight ends on the opening drive for New York. Sports Network, I can't believe it's already season 2. You better believe it. B.K. Solberg starts the second half with a little bit of momentum for Wichita. 16-10, 13-5 in New Orleans, and just underway here in Vegas. Deep shot down the sideline for Minnesota, but the ball was a little bit underthrown. Toss play out to Jupiter Jennings. Vegas all over that. That's a loss of 1. Solberg on a 2nd down and 7 runs a little hitch. That's caught by Shea. Solberg is 16 of 23 for over 200 yards in that game. 3rd down and 1 coming up for Wichita.
Come on, set. 60 Pittsburgh.
Minnesota's going to have to punt. That was a deep 3rd down shot. New Orleans forces a punt after they had to punt themselves. Jennings is crushed in the backfield. 3rd down and long coming up as they introduce the Vegas defense. How about 3rd down and 1 in Wichita? That is a first down for Chris Delro. Up to the 41-yard line now, 20 yards on 9 carries. Now that they've got a first, Tchoupitoulas has a first. Let's go back to Vegas where New York's in their territory. 3rd down and long, and Joe Francis is sacked on a safety blitz. Corner blitz rather. Stephon Bledsoe. Francis just was not looking. Blackman, deep shot incomplete. And Wichita's crossed the 50. So Vegas gets an opening drive stop. New York will have to punt. Let's go to New Orleans where it's a 3rd down and 1 for the Claws, trailing 13-5, looking for their first touchdown of the season. Blackman out of the shotgun, hands it off. No, kept it himself. That was actually a smart decision, but it was well defended there by Tremaine and the rest of the Chippers. So 4th and inches coming up for New Orleans. Love the little read option there from Blackman. He's got some wheels. That pass from Solberg incomplete down the field. He was looking for Jamichael Morris again. So Vegas gets their first possession Mac Chima is the quarterback. Jack Nitro, Ethan Flowers are back. Mike O'Neill is a new addition from San Jose, and the rookie Clutch Grab at tight end. See him in action for the first time as Delro tried to run it outside, picks up only a couple. Nitro didn't have much room on that last run. Carlos Berry with the stop.
Ready, set.
56 is the mic. Check.
3rd down and 7 for Wichita. BK Solberg's got a first down over the middle. That's Morris. They run it again to Nitro, but it's going to be 3rd and 8 for Vegas coming up. That is Rowan Cassidy with the tackle for New York. Impact players on this New York defense, there's plenty of them. Cassian Cross, Michaela Foraker, Kane Vasquez, Rowan Cassidy, and Jorn McLean. Deep shot, Vegas. First down, Mac Chima to the 25-yard line. Pick up a 14 yards. And that's the first catch of the season for David Glidden, returning from Vegas. Another pass deflection for Los Angeles' defense. Now this is Falk on a 3rd down and 9 for Minnesota. Incomplete. And defenses have taken over in the second quarter in New Orleans. Back to Vegas where they got a first down. RJ Gilmer didn't know where he was going on that play for Wichita. This is Chima dropping a throw. That pass is incomplete. So Minnesota going to have to punt. Scoreless in Vegas. Rochester and San Diego kicking off in about 12 minutes. That's Chima again on a slant this time. Makes the connection. And that's his new weapon, Mike O'Neill, with his first catch of the season. That goes for 14 yards. Solberg dropping a throw. He's going to take a deep shot in the end zone. Jump ball. Touchdown, Wichita. Timothy Shea from 33 yards out. Add it to the board. On a jump ball, one-on-one coverage. That was Rain Rie in coverage, who can't come down with it. And Wichita's extra point could give them their first lead of the day. Takes 17 off the board. That kick is good. Back-to-back touchdowns for Wichita. After they trailed 16-3, they score at the end of the first half. They score at the start of the third quarter. Mac Chima's pass caught by Ethan Flowers, getting rid of a New York defender down to the 44-yard line. Chima's 3 of 4 for the first time in his new uniform. He's hit 3 different receivers. Blackman on a 3rd down and 7. Emmanuel Blackman to the 35-yard line. 13 of 14 in the first half for Blackman as he connects with Osbury for the 5th time today. Let's go back to Vegas here. 1st and 10 at the New York 44. The handoff goes to Flowers, picking up 3. 5 carries on this very lengthy opening drive for the Vegas Devils. Blackman over the middle. First down, New Orleans to the Minnesota 46-yard line. 14 of 15 for Blackman as they've hit the 2-minute warning. 2nd down and 7. Scorch Henderson over 100 yards for Los Angeles today in his debut. That is a first down run for Vegas to the 35-yard line. And that is Nitro's backup, Dedrick Wright, coming over from Portland. 6 runs, 4 passes on Vegas's opening drive that has nearly exhausted this whole quarter. And Chima inside the 20-yard line. That pass is complete. And look who it is. It's the newcomer Clutch Grab with his first reception of the season. Chima spreading the ball around big time. Another completion for Blackman. That's Cameron Bailey. Look at Victor Washington spinning down the Los Angeles sideline. He's got 40 yards on 6 carries, 7 yards average after contact. Get another look at that on replay in the upper left-hand corner, as that's another completion for Chima. A little pirouette from Victor Washington. Vegas is in the red zone. No huddle here for New Orleans as they're approaching the end of the first half. Play fake Chima, he's going to be decked. There's a fumble for New Orleans, and Minnesota's going to call timeout. I think Minnesota or New Orleans recovered. That was a big-time hit for New York. For Hesse Jordan with the slam down of Mac Chima. 4th and 24 for New Orleans. That drive ends in a whimper. Still 13-5 in Louisiana. Chima on a 3rd down and 15. Caught! Far sideline, pickup of 17, Ethan Flowers. And on 3rd and inches, Los Angeles called for a false start. Wichita's got all the momentum right now. Vegas has had the ball what feels like this entire quarter. What are they up to now? 13 plays? Deep shot for Shanahan on 3rd and 5. That's no good, and Los Angeles is going to end up having to punt the football.
Push him back. Go.
1st and goal for Vegas at the 6. Nitro lost a yard. 2nd and goal coming up. Jordan with the tackle. Doug Falk's got a 1st down, completion to the 38-yard line, and a timeout from Minnesota. I believe they have 1 remaining. Oh, man. For Hesse Jordan. Off the block. What a hit for New York. So much football action going on, Guy Clausen, and we're about to have kickoff in our 4th game of 5 today. Rochester and San Diego kicking off in about 6 minutes. Solberg on a play fake. That pass is incomplete on the sideline. It's 3rd and goal for Vegas. They've had the ball almost the entire quarter. Will they snap it before the end of the quarter? They won't. So we'll go to the other end of the field, a scoreless quarter. Each team only had the ball once. As Minnesota will hold on to their 1 timeout here, trickling down to about 16 seconds in the first half. This is Chima dropping a throw, 3rd down and goal. Chima sacked, and what a stand by New York. Orlando with the sack. R.J. Gilmer with the catch for Wichita. And that's Connor Orlando making the play on Chima. And that very long drive for Vegas ends in a field goal. Wichita all the momentum right now after trailing 16-3. And nothing happening in New Orleans as Minnesota's got a punt again. That game has reached the end of the first half. This is a 31-yard field goal for Vegas, and that kick is good. So 31, 32, and 33 off the board today. Will Todd's in the house. He is making his debut in St. Louis with many others on Monday Night Primetime tomorrow night after the SFL's Monday Night Spectacular. That ball popped straight up in the air for Solberg. It's going to set up a 3rd down and 7. That's where we go right now. Rochester and San Diego kicking off in about 2 minutes. 3-0 Vegas, 13-5 Minnesota. The scoreboard has stuck and broken in that game. And 17-16 Wichita as they continue to drive. Timothy Shea with another catch. 333 passing yards for Wichita against Los Angeles. We'll get to see New York just for the 2nd time offensively coming up. Joe Francis, deep shot for New York. It is incomplete. Wow. One-on-one coverage. I appreciate Francis trying to take the shot. Good defense by the Devils down the field. Solberg's pass is incomplete. 3:08 to go in the third. In Wichita, the Flyers trying to pull off a comeback win. This is Jennings' third carry for no yards so far. Vegas has been excellent against the run. 3rd down and 9 coming up for the Lightning. Fumble on the play. It's picked up by Wichita in the upper left-hand corner, and I think that was Atkins picking up that loose ball. On 3rd down and 9, Joe Francis delivers over the middle. That was a tough catch for Jazz Aldmere. Aldmere holding on, not afraid of the contact. For Los Angeles, Naisha Ingram on that last tackle. They've started the 3rd quarter in New Orleans. And already New Orleans on the Minnesota side of the field. 3rd down and 7 for Wichita. Solberg dropping a throw, throws a screen, and this time the blocking is better. Pollard on the over pursue from Los Angeles gets into the red zone. Carful in the backfield stops Robert Henson for a loss of 4. New York's running game really struggling here early. Actually, one of the LA players just kind of fell over. Second and 14 for New York after the 4-yard loss for Robert Henson. They'll hand it off on a draw. There goes Jennings. The speedster picking up 12. Will set up a 3rd down and 2. Wichita is in the red zone. They faked the handoff. What a mess there. Pollard's 3rd carry, but loses 3 yards. 2 minutes now to go in the 3rd quarter. On 3rd down and 2, Robert Henson picked up the 1st down, and New York is at the 50-yard line. Ray Chapatulis and the New Orleans Claws are now in the red zone. 2nd and 13 for Wichita at the 22. They'll hand it off to Delro. He's inside the 15. Blackman's pass is incomplete. The sideline would have only been for a couple yards anyway. Fresh set of downs for New York at midfield. Oh no, nothing can overload our computer. Knock on wood. This pass is incomplete from Wichita. Would have been a 14-yard score. Blackman from 11 yards out. Dumps it off short. Down to the 5. It's 3rd down and 5 at the 5 for New Orleans. That pass is incomplete from Joe Francis, as a Vegas defender comes in to swat that away. We've got a 31-yard field goal for Wichita. Blackman's pass from 5 yards out is caught. Touchdown, New Orleans, Cameron Bailey. The 31-yard field goal for Wichita is good, so 20 is off the board. But 31 and 5 were already off the board, so just one new number added. And here we go. It's time for game number 4 to kick off. San Diego and Rochester about to take the field. 2-point try for New Orleans, and Blackman is going to be sacked. So 11 comes off the board, not 12. 11 off the board. It's 13-11 Minnesota, 20-16 Wichita. 3-0 Vegas, and there's Zach Holdorf coming out onto the field. San Diego and Wichita coming up next. Handoff to Al Ingram. He'll pick up a couple for LA. All right, for the first time on this channel, we now have 4 live games going as Francis in the lower left will drop to throw. He's got New York into the red zone. That's Mark Anthony with his second catch of the day. That's where our audio is right now. We're keeping an eye on all the action here as LA finds themselves down 4. Minnesota with the ball up 2. New York with the ball down 3. And Payne Price with the carry for San Diego. Kickoff in our final game of the Game Day Gauntlet here in week number 1. Chicago and Austin coming your way in about 18 minutes' time. End of the third quarter in Wichita, LA down 4. Jennings just inside the 20. There goes Payne Price down the sideline to the 50-yard line. San Diego's got a first down. Good start for the Wildcats. Not much has changed over there. Still an incredibly talented running team. What a catch for Los Angeles as Robert Henson's got a first down to the 7-yard line for New York. That's his best run of the day, 15 yards on 5 carries. But look at the upper left-hand corner. A jump ball. Henderson is just playing awesome. Falk deep shot. That pass is caught to the 45-yard line. Falk's got 151 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks today. Hand off to Robert Henson, and he's got a 7-yard touchdown. New York takes the lead. Down to the 39-yard line for Los Angeles. San Diego's at the Rochester 45. Extra point coming up for New York. It's just 7s off the board. We've already had that called, so no new numbers there. Now Los Angeles is in the red zone, trailing 20-16. San Diego is at the 29-yard line of Rochester. That was a 15-play, 75-yard drive for New York, folks. That was just the 3rd drive of the first half. Vegas has only had the ball 1 time, and there's 4 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half of play in Vegas. That is unbelievable. Christian Malley, hi to everyone from Germany. What's up, Christian? Thank you for joining us. A couple of overseas folks watching the Game Day Gauntlet today as San Diego's in the red zone of the 14-yard line. Doug Falk is escaping the pocket. Falk turns around and gets all the way to the New Orleans 32. Wow. We'll go to San Diego for audio as the Wildcats are in the red zone, but upper right-hand corner, Doug Falk escaping pressure. Well played. Zach Holdorf going to throw. That pass is knocked away and incomplete. Talking about San Diego and Rochester for the first time today. San Diego in the offseason added Kyron Rucker. He is he's small. I'll put it that way. He's under, he's 5'7", I think. As that handoff to Price has a first down. Minnesota has a first and goal at the 4-yard line. So we've got 2 teams in the red zone right now on the right side of your screen. First and goal at the 4. Doug Falk, beautiful pass. Matt Chima dumps it off to the 30. Chima started 7 of 8 for Vegas. First and goal at the 3-yard line for San Diego. Price cannot punch it in. Second and goal is Rochester. Makes the stop. Rochester's got everybody back. Han Tayumi, Joe Allen, E.K. Vincent on this defense. Shanahan dropping a throw for Los Angeles, but that is a Rob Noel touchdown. Rob Noel scores, and Minnesota will try to put the extra point up on the board to make it 20-11. Noel got smacked across the face, but he was still able to score. Second and goal with the 4 for San Diego. They'll hand it off again, going backwards, going the wrong way. Another first down for Vegas. Ethan Flowers with his 3rd catch. Chima's now 9 of 10. This is a 40-yard field goal for Los Angeles. That kick is good. 19-40 off the board. 19 and 40 off the board. Those are new numbers. Again, your bingo numbers will reappear once we get back to the 3-game block. And Minnesota and New Orleans have gone final. So 20-11, Minnesota takes the lead. Again, 40 and 19, your last two numbers off the board. 20-19. Hold on. 3rd and goal for San Diego. Zach Holdorf back of the end zone. That is caught, and that is Hiron Rucker with the catch on the opening drive. The touchdown in his first game in the UFL, and that was an 8-yard score. How about the low numbers hitting today? 1 through 8 all have hit, plus 10 and 11. We're only missing 9. San Diego on their opening drive goes 6 runs, 2 passes, and gets a touchdown. Jack Nitro on the carry for Vegas. Again, just their second drive of the first half. Chris Delro, beautiful juke move on the outside for Wichita in the upper left-hand corner. Gets it out to the 41-yard line. He's up to 58 yards for the Flyers as they protect a 1-point lead with 8 minutes to go in the quarter. Blackman's pass is caught for New Orleans, fighting for the first down. Going to come up just short. We'll see Rochester's offense for the first time coming up. Of course, Matt Wilson is back. Dijon Swan, Casey Mears, Justin Reside as well. And Evan Wood at tight end, wearing that unique number 17. That is Glidden with the catch for Vegas down to the 31-yard line of New York. Jimmy Smith playing in his first game with San Diego as well, kicking that extra point. Best punter in the game, no question. Ray Chapatulis is picked up and thrown down. We're going to Vegas. It's 4th and 1 now for New Orleans, down 9 as Matt Wilson takes off on a 7-yard keeper. Vegas is in New York territory on their second possession. Chima's got all day. He'll take the check down, and it's just hit him right in the face. Hit him right. Nitro was not ready for it. And New Orleans is going to elect a punt on 4th and 1. Wilson's pass is caught, first down. Rochester up to the 45-yard line. Chicago, Austin kicking off in about 11 minutes. Chima deep shot incomplete. Doug Falk, 16 of 21, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns, and no interceptions today. Matt Wilson drops the throw. He's going to be sacked. That sack by Corey Russell at outside linebacker. Now we got a 3rd down and 10 for Mac Chima. He's going to take off and run. Chima not going to get there, and New York's going to get the stop. They'll call a timeout. An eligible man downfield for Wichita will set up a 2nd down and 15. Let's go to Wichita right now. This game has the least amount of time remaining with 7:06 to go in the 4th quarter. They hand it off to Delro. That's a mess. That is a 42-yard field goal for Vegas. That's good. So 42 is off the board. Your last 4 numbers, 19, 40, 8, and 42. We got too much football. We can't put the numbers up right now. But they'll be up shortly. That is Matt Wilson deep down the field on a 3rd and 17. Hits number 17, Evan Wood. And on 3rd and long for Wichita, BK Solberg was not as lucky, and the Flyers will have to kick it away. Back to Los Angeles with a little over 6 minutes and change remaining. So Vegas with a field goal, 7-6 Lightning. This will be New York's 3rd possession of the first half. Vegas with 2 field goals on their early possessions of the game. This is Wilson handing the ball off. Not much room there. Wichita punts it away. Look at that wind. That wind is messing with everybody in Kansas today. It goes out of bounds at the 22-yard line. Joe Francis, deep shot with 1:11 to go in the half. We're going to go to Minnesota, Minnesota's offensive drive here. Late in the third quarter, they're up 20-11. And Dalton Brown has a nice run. 6 carries, almost 50 yards today for Dalton Brown as that pass is overthrown from Ronnie Shanahan. 2nd and 10 coming up. There goes Francis. Deep down the field, that passes. Oh, it's dropped. Oh, my goodness gracious. That would have been a touchdown for New York. It's dropped on the sideline. I think that was Mark Anthony. Francis's teammate in Florida. Oh, crushing blow there. That is a completion for Shanahan. Hits Javon Muhammad for the first time in a while. His 6th grab of the day. Casey Mears has not had a lot of running room today on 3rd and short. And it's going to be 4th down for Rochester. That was Nigel McDade, one of the biggest pickups in the offseason from Cincinnati for San Diego, and he makes an impact on 3rd down and short. 3rd and 10 for New York, under a minute to go in the first half. That is caught at the Vegas 38-yard line, a pickup of 24. Deep shot, Los Angeles. That is incomplete. 2nd down coming up. And for New York, that was Terrence Roll on the catch. It's a big dude. Rochester, I believe, did they just miss a field goal? Oh, yeah, way short. Rochester went for a 47-yard field goal, and that kick is no good. Good catch by Henderson for Los Angeles in the upper left-hand corner. You can see the dive down to get the football. And we got to go back to New Orleans here because Tyler Falk is inside the 10 of New Orleans. That's the end of the third quarter, however. So let's go to New York, where the Lightning are trying to score before the half, and a first sack for Vegas. They dominated the league in that category last year. So 3rd down and 12 now at the Vegas 40. Vegas might be outside of field goal range. And that kick is, or that pass from Shanahan is incomplete. 3rd down and 7 for Los Angeles. That's a big-time play coming up in that game. The handoff goes to Rob Noel. He's dropped behind the line. New Orleans needs a stop. LA's down 1, 4.5 to go, and New York's got a touchdown. Down the field on the final play of the half, a blown coverage. That's Roll again. Vegas brought all kinds of pressure and left Joe Francis a wide open target. Los Angeles also completes a pass to big number 83. San Diego's got a first down. But how about that from New York with 9 seconds to go before the half? The Lightning, 2 touchdowns on 3 drives in the first half. That is a touchdown for Minnesota. In the back of the now the action is getting fast and furious here. The touchdown for Minnesota, that was LeBrice Rowland with the catch. It's 26-11. We got to go to Wichita right now. There's 3:52 to go in the fourth quarter. LA is down 1, 20-19. The handoff on a draw to Victor Washington. He's got him in the red zone. We're checking the length on that pass to Roll. It was 40 yards. 40 is already off the board. So no new numbers on the board here. Yes, there is 28. 28 is off the board. And Los Angeles has a first down at the 14-yard line. So since we went to the quad box, your new numbers are 19, 48, 42, and 28. Final play of the half in Vegas as the Devils are stunned by New York's epic play at the end of the first half in no-huddle offense, 14-6 at the half. Lightning on top of the Devils. End of the first quarter in San Diego, 7-0 Wildcats. Start of the fourth quarter in New Orleans. Things have gotten away from the Claws, 28-11. This is Shanahan, 1st and 10 for the 14. Pass in the end zone is caught. Touchdown! 14 is off the board. Los Angeles with the score. And it is 25-20 Aztecs fighting them all the way back. Javon Muhammad with the touchdown catch for LA, and they'll go for 2 to determine if 26 and 27 come off the board. 26 or 27 or 25 for that matter. 2:43 to go in the fourth quarter as Ronnie Shanahan's got a fourth quarter touchdown, and Victor Washington has a 2-point conversion. 14, now 27 off the board. That's your 26th called number of the game day gauntlet. San Diego is driving in the second quarter. They're up 7-0. The only game that is not a one-score game right now is Minnesota and New Orleans. 28-11 with 10:08 to go in the fourth quarter. Blackman trying to make something happen deep down the field, throws an interception. Oh my goodness. Darius Alion, and what a surprise with the pick, unclaimed for Minnesota, one of the best defenders out there. Makes the play, and the New Orleans crowd is not happy. That is just a deep overthrow. San Diego's got the ball at the Rochester 21-yard line. This is Matt Chima back to work for Vegas. Vegas scored 2 field goals on their only possessions in the first half. Look at Doug Falk's numbers. 20 of 25, 225 yards, 3 touchdowns, and no interceptions. Now Wichita on the final drive potentially of the game for the Flyers. They are now down 7. They need a touchdown to tie. San Diego is near the red zone as that pass was intended for Ari Mills. But he was unable to hang on. Good stick there from Rochester. BK Solberg, 2nd down and 7. That first down saving tackle for Rochester made by Johnny Washington. So a 38-yard field goal for San Diego. It's already off your board. That 38-yard field goal is good. 10-0 Wildcats. 3rd down and 7, Wichita for Solberg. Deep shot, and he just overthrew everybody. Now it's 4th and 7. And with all 3 timeouts and the 2-minute warning deep in your own territory, I think Wichita's got to punt this. Was that ruled a catch on the sideline for David Glidden?
50, plant.
Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now.
Under 10.
2:30 to go in the fourth quarter. Solberg going to go for it on 4th down, and he didn't get it. Wow, Wichita gets aggressive. Doug Falk, deep shot into the end zone is incomplete. Minnesota went for more on a 3rd down and long. Wow, Solberg looking for Gilmer, and that pass was swatted away. And the potentially game-winning play for Los Angeles made by corner Marquez Williams. Now, you look at Shanahan's numbers, 25 of 38, 354, 1 touchdown, no picks. There's still the 2-minute warning and all 3 timeouts for Wichita. They're going to have to block a field goal or do something crazy as Washington is on the run. The Austin-Chicago game is about to get underway. We will join that game at the conclusion of Los Angeles and Wichita, which has 2:23 left. And actually, well, let's see what we got here. 1st and 10 for Los Angeles, 2:19 to go in the fourth quarter. You know what? That's a good ad. We've done a lot of work here at the Game Day Gauntlet, and one of the ads is to pop between Game 1 and Game 5 there in the upper left-hand corner. See, we're already thinking about things to add. Joe Francis, 11 of 15, 156 yards, a touchdown and no interceptions. Waiting on the dramatic conclusion of LA and Wichita. If you want to watch Chicago and Austin right now, it is underway in the subscriber-only playlist. Handoff for Los Angeles. Wichita's out of timeouts. 2-minute warning coming up there.
On the ready.
2-minute warning in Wichita. Emmanuel Blackman back to throw for New Orleans, down 28-11. That pass is caught, and this is a third down play for Los Angeles. That is 1 yard shy of the sticks. So it'll be a 22-yard field goal attempt. New Orleans has a first down. 22's already off the board. We'll keep you posted on Chicago and Dallas. Chicago's got the ball first, or Chicago and Austin, rather. LA trying to go up 30-10 and really put this one on ice. No block. That kick is good. And Emmanuel Blackman's got a first down to the 12 for New Orleans. So 1:20 left in Wichita, 30-20. We don't want to go away from LA and Wichita just yet. Want to see if Wichita can do anything on this next drive. And then we will flash over to Chicago and Austin. Jennings has a first down for New York as that game is now halfway through the third quarter. 33 yards on 9 carries for Jennings. This handoff for New Orleans gets him down to the 3-yard line as the Claws try to do something. No huddle for New Orleans. Handoff to Scott. That is a touchdown. And New Orleans might get 18 on the board. 28-17 is the score. Solberg's got a catch, but time is dwindling on Wichita here. Payne Price with that last punishing carry for San Diego. Chicago has crossed the 50-yard line on their opening drive in Austin. This is Solberg going to be sacked. Down to 50 seconds left. And I don't think they have it. So we're going to transition here to Chicago and Austin. And we're going to join audio in Vegas as we make the transition. So Chicago and Austin is in your upper left-hand corner now as Francis slides to the 20 for New York. 7:06 to go in New Orleans. That is an extra point that's good, so 18 is off the board. Over half the numbers called on the Gauntlet today, and one game is just kicking off, just getting started. Jennings now just 28 yards on 10 carries. New York's got a big third down coming up. Austin's got the ball for the first time this season as that pass is caught over the middle. Shai Ronnie is the quarterback in Austin, and Adam Wiseman is the quarterback in Chicago. That is a long run for San Diego, a 36-yard touchdown. Sir Jefferson on a rollout from Zach Holdorf for the score. And wow, San Diego is taking it to Rochester in the opening half of play. Another sack on Joe Francis on third down. And that's going to result in a very long field goal from New York here. With 25 seconds left in LA Wichita, it's 30-20. Aztecs on top. 17-0 San Diego with 5 minutes to go in the first half. Mike Woodstone's first carry of the season. By the way, that Chicago drive, that Chicago opening drive, it resulted in an interception. The ball was picked off. In case you weren't watching that game in real time, that ball was picked off by Brent Owen at safety. And now a deep ball here. Nico right way. Touchdown, Austin. And the field goal for New York is good. Now that field goal, the field goal was from 49 yards away. Austin's got a touchdown. Bear with me, folks. All right, so 49-yard field goal, 46-yard touchdown for Nico Rightway. From Shy Ronnie. That's 30 called numbers here on the Gameday Gauntlet. As Austin's extra point is good, 7-0. Austin on top. They score on their opening drive. Emmanuel Blackman, not a bad day, 23 of 29, 202 yards, a touchdown, and an interception. Extra point is good for Austin. It's 7-0, 17-6. New York is on top of Vegas. Vegas has the football back, still looking for their first touchdown of the day. New Orleans has the ball back, 5:35 to go in the fourth quarter, and Cameron Bailey and the New Orleans Claws are putting something together. Bingo's all around here as Blackman lost the ball. It scooped up by Minnesota. Taking it back the other way, Randy Tremaine, touchdown. Chippers. Clutch grab with a first down. And it's 4th and 2 for Rochester. We got to get a look at that return. That fumble return. What are we counting it as? Extra point coming up for Minnesota, 35-18. We're going to get that official return yardage on the fumble 6. 31 yards. That's off the board already. 31 yards. Payne Price, 11 carries, 70 yards today for San Diego. 35 is off the board as that is now Minnesota's score. Holdorf taken off. Rochester pinned San Diego inside the 5. Hey, look at this deep shot down the field. Incomplete. One-on-one coverage for Chima. He was looking for Mike O'Neill down the field and just could not come down with it. Boy, that was close. Holdorf throws it into his line. Oh, wow, man. Mike O'Neill almost had the score. Deep shot, Adam Wiseman on 3rd down and 10. That's no good. Wiseman 2 for 6 to start the game, and it's 4th down for Chicago. They'll have to punt again. It has gone final. Los Angeles beats Wichita 30-20. As Chicago's got a punt and Vegas has to punt. End of the third quarter coming in New York, or in Vegas rather. And New York's going to have the football deep in their own territory. Shy Ronnie and Austin's offense out there for their second drive. And a 3-and-out forced by Rochester. So the Pioneers defense comes up with a big stop just before the end of the first half. Minnesota has 6 sacks on Emmanuel Blackman today. Nice run from Mike Woodstone. Blackman incomplete the sideline. Robert Henson is knocked down in the backfield. The defensive contest continues in the Sin City. Shy Ronnie on a 2nd down and 4, looking sideline. That pass is caught. First down for Austin. I don't think we have anybody across the 40 right now, or across midfield, I should say. So we'll go to Austin. Or at least I thought we were going to go to Austin.
Delay of game, offense.
Oh, there we go. It was on the whole time.
First down.
End of the 3rd quarter in Vegas, 17-6. New York on top. And a penalty on Austin will mark it back at 1st and 15. Minnesota playing out the stretch here, up 35-18 on New Orleans. It's been an impressive day for Rob Noel and the rest of the Chippers. Let's go to San Diego. 3rd down and 5 for Matt Wilson. That pass is incomplete. 3 of 6 for 41 yards and another empty possession for Rochester. The offense is really struggling right now. Shy Ronnie over the middle. That is a bouncing ball, incomplete. So a 3rd down and 15 coming up now for Austin. And Chicago looks for their first stop. 3 and out for New York, just like that. So Vegas gets the offense back out there. And they're going to have great field position here, too, into New York territory at the 43. Deep shot on 3rd and long, and that is caught. A totally whiffed tackle by Chicago's defense. What is he doing? That was crazy. Raneel Brown missed on the tackle, and Adavian Grady, the 6'8" tight end, one of the best underrated prospects in the league, gets Austin all the way down to the 18-yard line. Terrible tackling there as Ronnie will throw it into the end zone, and on his keister, Mike Churchill's got a touchdown. 13-0 Austin in the first 6 minutes of the game. That was an 18-yard score already off the board. Vegas is now in the red zone down to the 10-yard line. And you get the pylon cams. You can see Churchill got the 2 feet down, even though the rump was out. 2-minute warning in the 4th quarter in New Orleans, 35-18. Yeah, no kidding, Wiseman. That was a horrible effort there from Brown. Look at Churchill. Toe tapping in the back of the end zone in his first game in Austin. 1st and 10 at the New York 10 for Vegas. And they get a delay of game. Man, the Devils. You know, it's Mac Chima's first game.
Let's go, fellas.
Still first down.
Zach Holdorf, 7 of 12. The extra point is good for the Lone Stars. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for Austin. Chicago with an interception and a punt. Not the start that Adam Wiseman and company want. He's trying to fire up his squad on the sideline as Vegas has a catch to the 4. Chima's 20 of 27. 2nd down and goal. At the 4. 9.5 to go in the 4th quarter. New York protecting an 11-point lead. Handoff, Nitro, nothing doing. Just 18 yards on 12 carries for Jack Nitro in his 2026 debut. 3rd and goal at the 5. Can Vegas finally punch it in? Calls O'Neal in motion. Chima back to throw. Fires in zone. Knocked away. What a hit. That was Kalen Polk. The inside linebacker, and Minnesota's got a good field goal here Oh, clutch grab was the intended target. What a smackdown and a sack for Austin. That is Theodore Blackman. We got a 40-yard field goal good in Minnesota. 38 and 40 already off the board. And then for Vegas, it's a 22-yard field goal. That's already off the board. But the 9 is called. The 9 gets called. 17-9. Thank you, Vegas. That is the 32nd called number, a UFL record. If you don't get a bingo today, you're cursed. You are absolutely cursed. Just 5 seconds left in New Orleans. Minnesota 38, New Orleans 18. And Blackman's going to heave it deep. And the Hail Mary falls to the turf. And that is the end. Minnesota goes to 1-0 as they beat New Orleans 38-18. Third and long for Chicago. Nearly another pick. What a mess of a first quarter for the Dragons. They'll have to punt it away to Austin. As Joe Francis takes back over, 14 of 18, 168 yards, a touchdown, and a pick.
Ready up.
Watch 57. Who that?
Fire.
And as they hand it off to Robert Henson, we say goodbye to Minnesota and New Orleans. We hit the triple box and welcome back your extensive bingo numbers. They're actually, some of them are off the screen. Bear with me while we clean that up. Joe Francis's pass is caught.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
10 logo.
Oh, wow, we actually have quite a... We've had a lot of bingo numbers called.
Ready.
That'll help. New York is down to the Vegas 34-yard line as we're watching Shai Ronnie and the Austin Lone Stars get across the 50 once again. (14-0) Austin, deep down the field, wide open at the Chicago 20-yard line. Rochester and San Diego now in the third quarter trying to make something happen. They are still being shut out.
Here we go. 60 or.
First down and 10 for New York. They're up 17-9. That is our focal point right now, as that game is the only game right now in the fourth quarter. Minnesota beat New Orleans 38-18, and Los Angeles beat Wichita 30-20 here earlier today as Mike Woodstone gets down to the 13-yard line. Austin trying to make it 3 for 3 here in the first quarter. Jabari Taffrey with a catch for New York, but it goes a 3-yard loss as Joe Francis fires to the sideline. It's picked off. Woodstone's got the first down, but Landry Williams, the corner acquired from San Jose in the offseason, gets an interception on Joe Francis, his first of the day. Comes flying in to make the play. What was that route from Taffrey? Look at the feet. Good camera work. Shai Ronnie touchdown, 7 yards out. 20-0 Austin. Ricky Brosius with the catch. Wow. (20-0) right now, and Austin's about to get 21 to come off the board. That kick is good. All right, so Austin gets the score. Now we got to go back to Vegas because the Devils, following the interception, have a 2nd and 1 at their own 40, 5:50 to go in the fourth quarter. Mac Chima, clean pocket. Chima all day to throw, finds a wide open receiver down the field to the 25-yard line. How does that happen? Mike O'Neill all alone as Rochester's in the red zone. Chima to the 7-yard line. 1st and goal, Vegas on a comeback trail. The Landry Williams interception ignited this team. Oh, that's an interception from Matt Wilson in the red zone. Wow. Rochester is struggling today as Mac Chima's pass is almost picked. It should have been picked. Trying to see who got that interception, couldn't make it out. 2nd and goal at the 7 for Chima. Touchdown, Vegas. It's a 2-point game. That pass hauled in by Darius Maddox. And off the interception, Vegas making things interesting with a pair of shutouts at the top of the screen. Holdorf throws an interception, threw it right back to Rochester. Whoa! Oh my goodness.
Let's go.
Wow. Right off the interception now. Vegas going for 2 here. And off a corner blitz. Oh, a safety blitz. Kane Vasquez gets up and points at Mac Chima and says, not today. 15 is now a called number here on the Game Day Gauntlet. Ronnie averaged 6 carries for 41 yards. That's 34 called numbers, but Rochester gets a gift and another opportunity at points. 1st and 10 at the 11. Handoff, Casey Mears down to the 2-yard line. And you see this, oh, nice double move there from Grady on that deep ball from Austin. 2nd and 1 at the 2 for Rochester. Can they punch it in? And Mears didn't get in motion fast enough, and Rochester goes back 5 yards. Back to our only game in the fourth quarter right now. New York up 17-15. Joe Francis 17-22 for 208 yards, a touchdown, and a pick. Trying to hold on. Both teams very evenly matched in a tight one in Las Vegas. Mears, touchdown, Rochester. And the Pioneers finally on the board with 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Oh, Mac Chima wanted Vegas to go for the extra point. Why, Mac? A field goal would still win the game for you. 3rd and inches. As the extra point for Rochester is good. 17-7. 7:24 to go in the third quarter. Deep shot from Shy running. It's caught. Oh my goodness. At the 21-yard line. End of the first quarter in Austin. Shy Ronnie can do no wrong. Oh my goodness. And on 3rd and inches, I think Vegas just got that stop. I think it's 4th down. Ronnie inside the 10. 243 passing yards for Ronnie. 240 and 3 touchdowns in 1 quarter and a play. So New York will punt the football. 3:05 to go in the 4th quarter, and Vegas has the football back. Adam Weissman, I like that play much better when Churchill was in Milwaukee. No kidding. Handoff, Mike Woodstone, touchdown, Austin. 27-0. Chima's pass is caught. Whiffed the pass defended there from New York. I'm losing it over here. I'm losing it. Glidden with his 6th catch. Austin has 4 touchdowns in 4 drives.
Watch the slap. Watch the slap.
Vegas will set up 2nd and long. 2:20 to go in the 4th quarter. The extra point for Austin is good. Want to double check. And that was an 11-yard run. 11 already off the board. Rucker with the catch for San Diego 2 plays ago. He had the first touchdown of that game today. Deep ball, Chima caught. Oh, hide the kids and hide the wife. Flowers just sent a defender flying. Oh, we're not going to get a replay because of the no huddle. 1:40 to go. Vegas is making all the plays they need. 37th pass of the day for Chima. Pass caught on the sideline, stops the clock with 1:33 to go. (17-7) San Diego, 6 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. 28-0 in a stunner in Austin. There's a first down and more for Chicago, who also got K. Marion and Jason Williams over in the offseason. The pressure point is still in Vegas right now, 17-15. And a timeout, New York, because Vegas is in field goal range. So New York, to preserve some clock, now taking timeouts in the hopes they can get a stop here from Vegas. Zach Holdorf on a quarterback keeper down to the 27-yard line of Rochester. 3rd and 5 for Chima. Back to pass. Chima caught, which forces a New York timeout, but it's short of the first down, and now Vegas will have to kick a field goal from 42 yards out. It's already off the board. This is a 44-yard field goal from San Diego. That kick is good. 44 comes off the board. And this field goal is good. 18-17. Vegas has scored 12 unanswered. They trailed 17-6 and now lead 18-17 in what might be our first dramatic finish of the day. We almost had that with LA and Wichita, but Wichita unable to convert the 3rd down play. Or excuse me, the 4th down play, which resulted in LA getting great field position. They tacked on a field goal to make that a 30-20 final. Chicago's got a punt again. Right now, in a bunch of cross-conference games, San Diego, Vegas, and Austin, all in the West Conference, are beating teams from the East. In Los Angeles, as Robert Henson on a little draw, what a play, all the way to midfield. New York stunning Las Vegas with an unbelievable little draw there. No huddle, 1 minute to go. New York with one timeout trying to get into field goal range. Deep shot, and sent down to the Vegas 35. Francis with a moon ball as Shy Ronnie's got another open receiver to the Chicago 30. Nearly 300 passing yards for Shy Ronnie in the first half. That's Churchill with the catch. Francis now, 30 seconds left. Francis looking for someone to get open. Has to take a check down. Down two. Got to get down. Vegas trying to strip the football. Cannot do it. 25 seconds. It'd be a 48-yard field goal from here for New York. They are down one. 15 seconds left. Trying to get closer. Holding on to that last timeout. Joe Francis leading the charge. That pass is caught inside the 25 and out of bounds. No, timeout Vegas now, as they're going to try to preserve some clock with 6 seconds to go. It's a 41-yard field goal for New York to win it. The kicker, Cyrus Foster, with a chance here. Austin is back in the red zone. New York feverishly working themselves down the field for a 41-yard game winner for Foster. That is good. And New York, well, they haven't won it yet. 2 seconds left. They take the lead, 20-18. And 41 is off the board. What an opening day. 2 seconds left for Vegas as New York stops the streak of Eastern Conference teams, at least momentarily here, because LA won, Minnesota won. All these games are cross-conference today. And then San Diego's winning. Austin is crushing Chicago right now, unprecedentedly. 2 seconds left. Does Vegas have it in them? First and goal for Austin. That pass is incomplete, and the kickoff return of the 26 runs out the time. New York is the first team in the East to pick up a W. And that game-winning drive all started with a shocking draw to Henson that got over 20 yards on the run. And New York pulls off a stunner in the final seconds against Vegas, 20-18. What a game. 39-yard field goal for San Diego is good. You've got to be kidding me. It's 4th and goal for Austin, but I believe that gives us 39 and 23 off the board. At this point, if you don't have a bingo, it is statistically impossible. 38 called. I never thought we'd have this many numbers, and we still have 2 games to go as we go into the double box and work on our numbers here. Oh, man. The field goal is good for Austin. That's a 31-yarder. A 23-yard field goal. And it's 31-0. Austin. My, oh my. If you have 2 horizontals, Zach, then you're going to win double.
Come on, baby. Let's go.
A lot of healthy payouts after this week. Oh, Damon still needs one. What do you need, Damon? Let's be on the lookout for it. Thank you to all of us who joined the Game Day Gauntlet today. I hope you all have enjoyed yourselves. Unfortunately for us, outside of some bingo drama, we've got, well, it's still a 2-score game. in San Diego. 23-7, late third quarter as Matt Wilson hands off to Mears. Mears has a lot of space. Mears breaks a tackle. There goes Casey Mears down the sideline to the San Diego 28, 84 yards. 84 yards on the day for Mears in her best run of the day. Rochester's right in this thing. DeMond needs a 34. Well, if Austin gets a field goal, there you go.
Come on, set, 50, plant. Right.
1:30 to go in the third quarter. In San Diego, Mears with another handoff. Rochester needs a touchdown here. Probably don't need the two, but up to 201 yards of offense. Zach Cobb with just his first tackle today. Austin is the shocker right now, 31-0. Chicago will be faced with a third and short, and Mears has another great run, 99 yards for Casey Mears on 16 carries, first down to the San Diego 14-yard line. Ooh, Neal needs a 34 for his third bingo today.
Here we go, set, 90, Wolf.
3rd and 2, and Adam Wiseman tried to toss it out to Marion, and she's a yard short. False start on Rochester. I think that's the second time they've had a red zone penalty. 1st and 15 now. Matt Wilson surveys, check down, got a few. 4th and 1, Chicago's going for it. Can the Dragons build up some momentum here? Handoff, got it. Good run, Jason Williams to the 38-yard line. Nicely done for Chicago. End of the third quarter in San Diego. Kind of a dreary day in San Diego, very unusual. 23-7 Wildcats as Rochester looks to make it a one-score game. Adam Wiseman going deep, double coverage, incomplete. 5 of 14. Peter asked, does the bingo carry over to the coast-to-coast games? No, your card will reset. Oh, Wiseman got absolutely annihilated. Chicago picks up the loose ball, but and Matt Wilson just threw a pick. Favors with the interception, and that's the second. Oh, man, Adam Wiseman. That hurt me back at the studios. Matt Wilson, in a game which Rochester is down by 2 touchdowns, has thrown 2 in red zone interceptions, and Rochester also has a missed field goal today. 3rd and 10, deep shot Wiseman. That pass is incomplete. Marion was the intended target, and the Dragons cannot catch a break. Neither can the Pioneers, for that matter. And if these results hold, the Great East is going to go 1-4 here in the Game Day Gauntlet. Miami and Dallas play each other to kick off coast to coast at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central. So a team from the Great East going to get a win in that one. Oh, that was almost picked. Wow, Rochester. Johnny Washington just had every opportunity. Mike Woodstone, 9 carries, 34 yards, and a touchdown. And now it's 4th down. Rochester's defense gets another stop. Austin gets the football back. Mike Woodstone did him dirty. St. Louis and Dakota meeting in the final cross-conference game of the week on Monday Night Primetime. So as I was saying, your cards reset. You still keep the same card. Cards reset, and then it's both coast-to-coast games combined that give you the winning numbers for your next opportunity at a bingo. I'm looking now. Wiseman is asking if it's Brown again. Raneel Brown having a terrible day. He is definitely the starting free safety for Chicago, but he has been awful in coverage. 1:25 to go in the first half. Can Ronnie get some more? Right ways up to 62 yards on just 2 grabs. Now Wilson's got the football back, and that is caught for a first down. So here comes Rochester again. 9:45 to go in the fourth quarter. They're not giving it up by any means. Same card. Same card, Anthony. And that pass from Matt Wilson is incomplete, so a second down coming up. Jesse Fritz with a $20 super chat. UFL football is back. Make sure to like this video. Here's to an epic 2026 season. Thank you, Jesse. And Max Superset and Mac Waller. Certainly thank you from the Austin Lone Stars. What a day for Austin so far. Wilson on the keeper. That's his 4th run for 20 yards, but a huge 3rd and 7 coming up here for Rochester. 9 minutes to go in the 4th, 23-7. The Wildcats lead the Pioneers on a draw. Mike Woodstone with a Mike Woodstone. No! Made 3 people miss. And the third, it just got juicier and juicier every time he made a move. Get out of here, man. Are you kidding me, Austin? Woodstone got me jumping out of my seat if the camera could follow my movements. 4th and 3 for Rochester. They got to get a first down, and Wilson delivers down to the San Diego 33-yard line. Shy Ronnie moving around in the pocket, going to take off and run. There goes Ronnie, 20, 15, 10, down to the 9-yard line. Timeout, Austin. They have 1 remaining. .405 first half yards for Austin. That's got to be some kind of record. We got to pull it up.
30 base.
We're going to see the record for most yards in a game in the UFL as that pass is incomplete. 15 seconds left. That was almost another touchdown. 2nd down and goal at the 9. 15 seconds left. Anything in bounds is going to result in a field goal, and that would get you guys your 34s. Shy Ronnie over the middle. Touchdown! No 34 here as Mike Churchill over the middle again. He's just all alone underneath. Looked like he had a linebacker on him. I don't know, Chicago, man. This is going to be an interesting conversation this week. Oh, man, Wilson had a receiver wide open, and Wilson overthrew it. The extra point for Austin is good. 38-0. The record for points scored in a UFL game is 56. And Churchill's got his 2nd, I think. Wilson on a 3rd down. That one gets knocked away. So here we go again. Rochester is down in scoring position. It's 4th and 3 at the San Diego 26-yard line with 6:54 to go in the 4th quarter. Wilson looking to deliver. Sideline caught. That is not a first down. They're saying he's short. Average with the catch. Are we going to get another look at this? That looked like a first down. Right at the sticks, maybe the 23-yard line. It's really tough to tell. Do we not have a shot down the line? I don't think we do. Wow. So Rochester is going to turn the ball over on downs on a very close call and again come up empty.
Let's go. 90 Wolf.
No challenge. 6:50 to go in the fourth quarter. The Pioneers had every opportunity in this game. There goes Payne Price trying to cap it. And at the end of the first half, Chicago what did they do here? They called a timeout with 4 seconds left, but they weren't in field goal range. And that takes us to the end of a look at that, 414 yards of offense for Austin in one half. I don't believe we have a total yards record. Offensive yards. 631 is the UFL record. That was Dallas at Wichita. 631 is the UFL record for total yards in a game. 56 points is the record. 5:06 to go in the fourth quarter. 128 yards on 22 carries for Payne Price. And this game for Rochester is the game of woulda, shoulda. So many opportunities to get points on the board in this one, and it just did not happen for the Pioneers today. $131 yards for Payne Price, and a move of the chains with 4:18 and counting. It's still a two-score game, so expect Rochester to take some timeouts. Under 2.5 to go. From Stamford, Connecticut. What's up, Brandon? Happy to have you here.
15, Lonnie. 59.
Play action here from Zach Holdorf. He's just going to take off and run. Holds on to that football. 6 carries, 51 yards, and a 2nd and 1 coming up for San Diego. Shy Ronnie back to work. Open again in the middle of the field. 350 for Shy Ronnie. The UFL record for passing yards is 466. And this is San Diego down to the 1-yard line. 53 yards for Sir Jefferson. Joe Allen with the tackle. His 4th, but San Diego's about to pile on. Mike Woodstone to the Chicago 46 on Austin's first drive of the second half.
Go now. 60 outlaw.
2:40 left. 1st and goal at the 1. Can San Diego punch it in? We don't have 30 as a called number. And Price is down at the 1-yard line. Rochester takes a timeout. It's still a 2-score game. Another completion for Shy Ronnie. 27 passes, 13 runs for Austin. 10 minutes to go in the third, and Austin is inside the Chicago 30. Ronnie dumps it off. That's Grady. 21-28, 372, less than 100 yards away from the record now for Ronnie. This is Holdorf throwing a fade into the back of the end zone. That's incomplete. Now it's 3rd and goal at the 1. 2nd and 6. Ronnie's pass. Open again. Down to the 2. Churchill. No, Annie Beaverhausen with the catch. Her 4th. And on 3rd down and goal, Rochester gets the stop. So we don't get 30 off the board, but we could get 26 off the board. Oh, that's right. LA ended the game with 30 points. Well done. Well done, Neil Rivers. And we might get 26 here. And we do get 26. Okay, folks. You've had 40 called numbers. Blowing the record out of the water. If you were paying attention today, you're having a great day. Oh, my goodness. Another touchdown. I looked away for 5 seconds, and Austin scored again. That could be 45 off the board. Nobody near the receiver. And 45 is off the board. This is impossible. Again, that was the second time. Ricky Brocius, it's just nothing is working for Chicago today. It is bizarre.
Set, ready, 18 Gator.
52. Oh, here we go.
2:22 to go in the 4th quarter as Matt Wilson will take off and run. Wilson down to the 34, but that game is pretty much sealed. And you know what? So is the game in Austin. Wow, DeMond needs 34, 37, or 12. Is it? I mean, there's 9 numbers left.
Here we go.
489 to 120 in the yardage department. And this has put Adam Wiseman behind the 8 ball here. Oh, he almost threw a pick. 7 of 18 for 119 yards. I mean, this thing has just gotten away from the Dragons. I don't know how else to say it.
Set, ready, 70, Indy.
Wilson trying to lead Rochester down the field before that game wraps up. Wiseman deep shot. That is caught at the Austin 44. There you go, Chicago. You know what's crazy about Chicago is that last season the Dragons did not suffer a lot of blowouts. They were not really, they didn't win a lot of games last year, but they weren't a bad team. Lost by 3, 7, 11, 13, 8, 3, 13, 21, 7, and 7. I mean, the 21-point game was a 27-6 affair, but I mean, this is 45-0. This is just Anthony was talking about it in the chat. I don't know if it's an indictment on Chicago or just an indictment on how good Austin has played today. Matt Wilson into the end zone. That pass is incomplete. 1:10 to go in San Diego. By the way, folks, the new format in bingo here in the UFL, just post your winning card in the bingo section, and I will confirm your winnings in post game. Honestly, I might be able to do it in this the final stages of Chicago and Austin because yeah, it's not looking pretty. Back of the end zone. Matt Wilson threw another pick. 3 red zone interceptions and a turnover on downs for Rochester in scoring position today, down 19. Ray, you'll post your card in the UFL server, in the UFL bingo section. It looks like I'm going to have a lot to process today. I never thought we would have 41 called numbers. I know that it's 5 games worth, but still, that is surprising. Adam Wiseman, you got to find somebody open. Wiseman finally, just could not get anyone open. 9 of 23. You just don't see this out of UFL quarterbacks. There's a penalty marker, pass interference on Austin, and Chicago looks to get some points up on the board. 26-7, San Diego playing out the stretch. A solid game for the Wildcats. Don't want to take anything away from them. Obviously, their defense played spectacularly. And Chicago down to the 1-yard line to try to break the shutout. Yeah, if Austin gets over 50, that would be your over 50. Wiseman's pass is caught for a touchdown. That's a 1-yard score. And for Chicago, that is Amos Huval with the catch. Out of the goal line set. And Chicago has broken the tie as we are about to embark on one game left here on the Game Day Gauntlet. Halfway through the third quarter, 45-7. Certainly didn't expect to have this as the final result of the Game Day Gauntlet. An absolute crushing right now going on in Texas. Your bingo numbers will go away once we get down to the into the final game here, so that we can full screen the game. But that's another adjustment that we'll make, putting the numbers maybe sort of picture in picture in the lower right hand corner in our last switch here. Get a look at those final stats from San Diego and Rochester. The 3 picks, an absolute killer for Wilson. Mears had a great day, 17 for 103 and a touchdown. "12 carries, 73 yards, and a touch for Mike Woodstone. Mike Churchill down to the 49-yard line.
Ready.
Fight 51, Mike 51. Come on, baby, come on, let's go.
5.
Shy Ronnie, play fake, deep shot down the field. Wow, an incompletion. Haven't seen that much today. We're down to 1 game left.
Go set. 30 base.
Tighten up, tighten up.
4:46 to go. All right, who thinks that they have the most numbers? You must post your card 30 minutes before 30 minutes after the Game Day Gauntlet is over. Otherwise, your Yugo cannot be claimed. So you can post it now. I mean, well, you really don't want to post it now that I think about it. You want to wait until the game is over because we're still counting numbers here.
Set. 18 Gator.
But we can talk about great cards.
Shoot.
Henson needs 3 for a complete card. Vincent's the same way. 454 yards now for Shy Ronnie. That was Nico Rightway. That is just 13 yards away from the UFL record. So if you're watching right now,
Break.
a bunch of people have posted their bingo cards already, but we're still counting numbers, which is kind of my fault. I'm a little rusty.
Go now. 8. Read.
Reading through messages here.
Leaf River. Leaf River.
Adam Wiseman. Oh, don't tell me you're having a tough day at the bingo market, too. Oh, Adam, no way, dude.
Let's go. 50.
Everybody give your F's of respect for Adam Wiseman in the chat. He's having a tough day today. 3rd and 3, Shy Ronnie, and Woodstone is down to the 1-yard line. If Austin scores, that over 50 will hit. I don't think I went silent. Did I go silent? I mean, I'm a little speechless watching this Austin team play today. It's worth noting that Austin is at Los Angeles on next week. That is the Monday night primetime game. Hand off, Woodstone. Dropped at the 1. Well, who we got in the gauntlet next week? Well, we'll see after Austin can punch it in. Second and goal of the 1. Woodstone is driven backwards. Chicago trying to come up with a goal line stand and give a potential 48 on the board. Either way, I think a number's going to hit here. 48 or over 50. Game day gauntlet next week. Wichita, Chicago. Dallas at Vegas should be an interesting one. New Orleans at Phoenix. Rochester at St. Louis. Minnesota at Miami. Next week's gauntlet. This is a 3rd down and goal in on the back line of the end zone. Mike Churchill's running free. Add over 50 to that card. And I think Shy Ronnie's got the record. The record was Rob Crone's 466. (52-7). Coming up in prime time, don't miss it. Eric Vincent and Josh Zirkle. 6 p.m. Eastern. We've got Miami and Dallas, 2 of the best teams from the East last season, squaring off just north of here in Austin. And then Michael Torillo and John Warren follow that up with a rematch of a Western Conference wildcard game last season, Salt Lake and Phoenix. Only 12, 24, 29, 34, 37, 43, 47, 48, and 50 have not hit today. No, you have to hit exactly 50 to get 50. There is an over 50 for something like 52. Yeah, you have to hit 50 on the number, Adam. Oh, man.
Set, ready? 15, Lonnie. 15.
Yeah, there's two different ones. There's over 50 and then there's 50. 50, you have to hit exactly 50. That is a toss out for a loss of 3 yards. Denard Byam. Chicago needs a complete reset. That'll be an interesting. I know Adam Wiseman's going to have some opinions in the locker room, but hey, that's the UFL. You get a chance to. You get a chance to remake how things look, refresh how things look, and Chicago's. They got a head scratcher on their hands as Wiseman is sacked. Max supersets, first sack of his UFL career.
Go! 70, Indy.
3rd and 21.
5.
Wiseman dropping deep. That is caught. First down. 12 of 26 for 211 yards. That's K. Marion with the catch. Chicago hits the 200-yard mark. Marion's up to 5 for 117.
Come on, set. 60, Pittsburgh.
Yes, under 2 minutes is still the end. That is the end of the third quarter. An absolute stunner here to close out the game day gauntlet, 52-7. And we still have a whole nother quarter to play. Austin is somehow getting worse each quarter, even though it doesn't feel like it in the box score. Wiseman's got a 2nd and 1 here to start the fourth quarter. Oh, and Wiseman just threw an interception. Oh, but a fumble, and it's scooped up by Chicago. Wow. Well, we're going to have to take another look at that one. I want to know for all those out there what the biggest surprise of the day for you was. Los Angeles beat Wichita 30-20. Remember, that was LA was up in that one 16-7, and then Wichita took the lead 20-16. And then Los Angeles scored the final. Oh, that's coming back. Los Angeles scored the final 14 points to win 30-20. Then Minnesota pulled away from New Orleans. They won 38-18. New York comes from behind on a game-winning drive in the final minute to beat Vegas 20-18. And then San Diego took care of business against Rochester. That final was 26-7. Austin's back into Chicago territory.
Squeeze, double. Big grip.
Shy Ronnie going to take off and run. What can't she do? Ronnie inside the 20 and inside the 10. A pickup of 31. Or 32, rather. And Austin now has 600 yards of offense. Wow. Well, and the nice thing is, you know, about the UFL, it's just one game. You know, this is by and large the same, if not better, team from Chicago last season. I mean, obviously they added Kay Marion, Jason Williams, Adam Wiseman. They picked up a bunch of great players up front and on the line. Officially 568 yards in this game when you encounter the sacks. Oh, that's another touchdown. Mike Churchill's 4th. And that might be a new record. Do we have receiving touchdowns? The passing touchdowns record is Mackenzie Gray with 6. And by my count, I think Ronnie may have just gotten 7. This is unbelievable. Mike Churchill holds the SFL record, the UFL record for receiving yards in a game with 274. He also holds the SFL, the UFL's reception record with 12. And no one in UFL history has had 4 receiving touchdowns in a game, and Mike Churchill just did it. (59-7). I really cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Well, with 10.5 to go, what do y'all think of the new format? Couple of things to add into some different spots, but how did y'all enjoy it?
Watch the pass.
As Wiseman completes the pass for a first down up to the 46.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's go.
On the ball. On the ball.
59. 59.
Come on. Check over.
Wiseman to, that is Byleth Thomas, who's been a little quiet today for Chicago. He's also a new acquisition for this team. 2 catches for 36 yards. They got to get Thomas more involved.
Hustle up, D. Watch the pass.
Snap.
There you go. Wiseman down to the 20-yard line of Austin. A pass hauled in by Denard Byam.
Hey, let's go.
Single. Slot. Hey, you're on an island over there.
That pass is caught down to the 12, so Chicago putting together a good drive here. That's Byam's 3rd catch for 47 yards.
Cheetah.
Appreciate the kind words today and all the viewership, folks.
Mike, check 33. 30. Championship, baby.
9 minutes left. Again, I don't have the bingo numbers up in this window, but the only numbers that have not been called today are 12, which, by the way, Chicago is on that yard line right now. 3rd and 2 at the 12. Can number 12 deliver? Wiseman threw a pick in the back of the end zone. Parker with the interception, wiping away the potential 12-yard score and crushing the hearts of Yugo players everywhere. The only numbers not called today: 12, 24, 29, 34, 37, 43, 47, 48, and 50. Did I jinx another
Go
one?
now. 18 Gator.
Check Mike, check Mike.
Check, check.
No, definitely not. Y'all don't need any bonus number. Y'all don't need nothing. The UFL Coast to Coast games will have, they will be combined. So you've got game 1 plus game 2, and those Yugo numbers will equal a Yugo. So you'll clear your cards after this. 615 total yards of offense for Austin. We got to go back and check. Is that a new UFL record? No, they are 17 yards away from that record with 8 minutes to go.
Ready? 50. Plant.
Check 53.
Good eye.
Watch the slant.
Get it.
If I put all of the logos in the trash and then have her fetch them out of the trash, maybe. Don't forget, folks, it's not over. Miami and Dallas in UFL Coast to Coast coming up at 6 p.m. Eastern, followed by Salt Lake and Phoenix. We've got Eric Vincent and Josh Zirkle on the call in Dallas, and Michael Torillo and John Warren on the call in Phoenix. More UFL action continues throughout the day. Mike Coco with a triple bingo here today on the Gauntlet. Wiseman, 16 of 33, 272 yards, a touchdown, and 2 picks.
60 outlaw.
Oh, she's a terrible trash demon. Every time I leave the house, she's going in the trash. It's ridiculous. A pass is ruled incomplete on the sideline, and Wiseman dips back under 50%. $2 super chat for Anthony. We may want to just mercy rule it at this point. Listen, man, I'd love to get some dinner. I got a lot to do still today. I'm gonna get out of here. Wiseman's pass, that's caught to the Austin 46-yard line. But we appreciate all of you sticking with us here, watching an absolute blowout here to end Game Day Gauntlet. Certainly not what we were anticipating. Who y'all got? Miami, Dallas. Who y'all got in the Miami-Dallas matchup coming up tonight? Jesse with a $2 super chat says no to your mercy rule. No mercy. Under 7 to go. Wiseman on a 2nd down and 1. That's caught over the middle inside the 15. 330 yards for Adam Wiseman today. Not a bad day at the office. Lloyd has 84 yards on 5 grabs. Oh, what breed is my trash team? That's a touchdown. 14-yard score for Wiseman. It's Denard Byam for the touchdown, and Chicago's got another touchdown on the board. Pyrenees Shepherd mix is my trash demon. We're kind of split in the chat on who's going to take Miami and Dallas. Now we got a booth review. Refs are getting paid by the minute, I think, around here. And the touchdown is good, so 6:22 to go in the 4th quarter. Peter's got Dallas and Phoenix on the coast-to-coast games tonight. Yes, definitely a lapdog. Joshua, once we're done here, or once we have 2 minutes to go, you'll post your bingo card in the bingo channel, and I will validate it from there. A Pierford. That's a good one, Charles. I like that. She's sound asleep over there. No. No, I don't think so. Look at Mike Churchill. 7 catches, 97 yards, and a UFL record. 4 touchdowns today.
You ready?
53 is the mic. Go. Go. Watch out, watch out, watch out, watch out.
Interesting take there from Anthony in the chat. Salt Lake winning tonight. They're still a very good team, and everyone is overreacting. Rookie wide receiver Mia Pangori going to be in action for the first time tonight. No, those are not the new numbers.
Set, ready? 90 Wolf.
Under 6 to go. 59-14. Austin all over Chicago, and Shy Ronnie is still slinging it, and Chicago's still slinging face masks.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
47 was not called.
Automatic first down.
We go. 15 Lonnie. 15 Lonnie.
Hey, let's go, let's go. It's time to crouch.
He's time fire.
Mike Woodstone down to the 38-yard line of Chicago. 19 carries, 91 yards. Oh, I didn't fire Charles from bingo. Charles very much still has his bingo duties on Monday night. I absolutely did not. We'll see Charles and myself back on the SFL Monday Night Spectacular this week. Detroit and Arizona. Before Dakota and St. Louis in UFL primetime on Monday night. That is Josh Zirkle and Ramos Lynn on the call of that one. Under 5 to go. This game is drawing on, droning on, whatever the phrase is. By the way, the 59 points scored by Austin today, that is a new UFL record. Churchill's got the receiving touchdowns record. Austin's got the points record. I think they've got the yards record. Yeah, great doubleheader of football on Monday. Hand off to Woodstones. Back up, giving him just a little bit of a break, and it's 4th down. Chicago gets the stop. Looking to see if any of these numbers that somehow haven't been called today, when we've had 42 called numbers, are going to hit. Fair catch called for. Chicago will take over with 3:20 to go in the 4th quarter. Chicago will not call their timeouts because the game is out of reach, but that also means that Austin will continue to run their normal offense if they so happen to get the ball back. K. Marion, 5 catches for 117 yards. I think the record last year was 20, maybe. Oh, it's picked off! Interception! Oh, man, that is just a disaster. Theodore Blackman with the pick. Wow, just stepped right in front of it. Well, Austin has the opportunity at more points thanks to Theodore Blackman's interception. What a crazy day. And if I'm Los Angeles, I'm thinking to myself, I really don't want to play this team next week. Man. Austin just looking different today. Their week 3 game, they host Phoenix after Easter break. I heard somebody on the field just say, "You'll see me in your nightmares." I think Chicago will see every member of this Austin Lone Star squad in their nightmares as 639 is now the total offensive yards. That is a new UFL record by 8 yards. So Austin has that in the bag as well. And into the end zone, that pass is overthrown. Ronnie, 31 of 42, 494 yards, and an official UFL record, 7 touchdowns. Almost had number 8 right there. Chicago brought the heat, and the touchdown to Nico right way into the end zone gives Austin the first 60-burger in UFL history. You saw Chicago that just, I mean, this defense is a total mess. It's just crazy. They have so many players that are great. They're great players, and they just have had no answer today. That was a 19-yard score. I know some were hoping that was maybe from 24 or 12. But no, it was 19. $66-14. Austin setting records today that may never be broken, as the chat has pointed out. From the 5. On the return up to the 29-yard line.
We got this.
2:24 left. Wiseman 20 of 39, 344 yards, but the 3 picks loom large, 2 touchdowns as well. Now, numbers conclude at the 2-minute mark. Why would they stop at 2:27? Wasn't it last year? Wasn't it under 5 minutes last year, or was it under 2? Wiseman's pass is incomplete. I thought I remember it getting to a 5-minute mark. The pass is caught by Wiseman. Hope to see you back here for UFL Coast to Coast tonight. We got 4 teams that made the playoffs last year. Going to be really interesting to see what they look like as we have hit the 2-minute warning here in Texas. Thank you all. Thank you for being here. I'll have to clarify the rules on that, JW. Thank you all for being here all day long here on the Game Day Gauntlet. You really, you guys really made my day, honestly. I mean, this has been so much work as that pass is caught by Thomas. So much work has gone into improving the format, improving the presentation, just elements on top of elements on top of elements to make it happen. That pass is down to the 8-yard line. That's Byleth Thomas again, as Chicago hopes to get something more on the board. Thomas is up to 4 catches for 86 yards. Support our broadcasters and the rest of our great league coming up on UFL Coast to Coast, where you can win even more bingos. Wiseman drops to throw. Wiseman is taken down. It's 2nd and goal. That's Lattimore's 2nd sack. I do owe you a meal, Charles. I actually asked you about 3 weeks ago, 3 or 4 weeks ago, when you wanted me to come up. Gave you my schedule and you never responded. So I'm glad you brought it up live on air. Wiseman's pass is caught inside the 10. Down to a minute to go.
On the ball, come on.
90 is the mic. Coming to you.
Big River.
Wiseman fires, almost intercepted. That would have been a pick from Cash Cruz. Whoa, a quad bingo for Zach Holdorf. Holy smokes, and a victory. This is a 25-yard field goal. It wouldn't have mattered anyway. We're under the threshold, but the field goal was good. 66-17. Austin on top of Chicago. The numbers that were not called tonight: 12, 24, 29, 34, 37, 43, 47, 48, and 50 were not called. Well, can Austin get a field goal, perhaps? We stick with you to the very end. 3 hours of true commercial-free football here on the Virtual Football Network. Charles's triple bingo plus his Photoshop brilliance. 50 itself did not get called. Over 50 did. $153 rushing yards for Austin today as the Lone Stars put the finishing touches on quite possibly one of the most impressive victories in UFL history. Chicago will lick their wounds as Woodstone finishes with over 100 yards. Final score, Austin 66 and Chicago 17. Now it's time to put a bow on it. 513 yards for Shy Ronnie, 8 touchdowns, no picks. Just unbelievable. Cue the outro. What a day here on the Game Day Gauntlet. LA beats Wichita 30-20. Minnesota defeats New Orleans 38-18. New York squeaks one out against Vegas 20-18. San Diego tops Rochester 26-7, and Austin thumps Chicago 66-17. Coming up, UFL Coast to Coast an hour from now. Miami at Dallas, Salt Lake and Phoenix. Our Sunday primetime doubleheader. You won't want to miss it. For all of us at the UFL and the Virtual Football Network, I'm UFL co-founder Cameron Irvine, saying thanks so much for watching. We appreciate all your support, and have a wonderful rest of your day, everybody. See you back here in a little while.